Hey there everyone, and welcome to another lecture of this CATIA series. In this lecture we are going to see about another kind of sketch based feature, and that is the multi-sections solid. This will be probably the last sketch based feature that we are going to see in CATIA. So what this multi-section solid? So as the name suggests, it requires multiple sections or the multiple 2D sketches to create a 3D model. So let's just find out how we can able to use this tool. So for that, I'm going to open my sketch first, and let's just uh, give you a brief detail about this tool. So for that, let's say we have parallel planes like this. We have one plane, and then we have another plane over here, and then we have another plane right over here. And this whole three planes contains three kinds of figures like this, and this. Now this is a square, and this is probably another square, and this is a circle. So what it will going to do, let's say we have these three sections. One is this one, second is this one, and the third one is this one. So now this tool, what it will do, it will going to blend all these three figures into one, and it will going to create a body like that. So this is how a multi-section solid will going to be performed. And believe me, this is a very complicated tool, so it requires more than one lecture to complete. So let's just find out this tool in CATIA. So firstly, as I have told you in the figure that we require three parallel planes. Right now I'm going for the two figures. I'm not going for the three figures. So let's just create the planes first, or just select this plane, and then you just have to create a distance over here like this. And let's say this distance to be 100. And then you just press OK over here, and you can see that we have created one plane like this. So now we have two parallel planes. One is this one and another one this one, and then we have to create two figures on that. So as I've told you that multi-section is a tool that is used for two or more than two sections, where it performs a blending features, and it just blend out all those the sections and create a 3D body. So for that, I'm going to create one figure over here. Let's say we are going to create one hexagon over here. So for that, I'm going to create a hexagon with the help of this tool. So just click on that, and I'm not focusing on the dimensions. The dimension part is all yours. You just have to create the dimensions. Let's just make this hexagon a little small. So just click on that and just make it small. Now we have to create one more figure over here, but before that, let's just increase the distance of this plane, because I think this plane is too close. So for that, I'm going to make it as 200 and just make it okay. Now you can see that we have this plane and this plane. So just click on that and just sketch a new figure over here. Let's just say I'm going to create one is center rectangle over here. So I'm going to use the center rectangle. Just select this rectangle and just create the sketch like this, and just go for the exit sketch. So now as you can see that we have two figure over here. One is this rectangle and another one is this hexagon. Now I want to just make this figure or to blend this figure and create one 3D body. So for that, I'm going to go inside this sketch based feature, and you will find a tool multi-section on the last section, which is this one. So this is known as the multi-section solid. In this lecture, we are going to see a very basic use of this multi-section. In the later lectures, we are going to see more advanced features related to this tool. So let's just find out the basic one first. So just click on this multi-section, and you can see that we have the multi-section definition open. So the first thing that you have to select over here is this profiles. So you just have to select the profile in a certain order. Either you can just select it from bottom to up, or you can just select it from the top to bottom. It totally depends upon you, but you can't just randomly select those figures. So here I'm going for the bottom to up. So I'm going to select this one first, and then this one. So now you can see that the whole two sections are represented over here as the sketch 1 and sketch 2. Now I'm going inside this coupling tab, and I'm going to make it as ratio. So why I'm going to make it as ratio? Because if I have two different figures over here, let's just say that this is the rectangle over here and this is the hexagon. So we have a two different shapes. So here we just have to select the ratio. If there will be the combination of two different shapes, then this ratio is applied. Otherwise, you can just select any of these three. Let's say we have the hexagon over here and hexagon over here as well, but having the different dimensions. So since the shapes are same, so we can just use any of these threes. And now since the shapes are different, we have the rectangle over here and the hexagon over here, so we are going for the ratio over here. So just make it as coupling as ratio. We are going to discuss this coupling in a detail later on, but right now this is all. And just go for the preview. Now we can find that we have a certain object over here, and this object is blended between these two figures that we have created. One is the hexagon over here and the rectangle on the upmost side. And here you can see that we have this figure. But this figure is done, but it's not a complete yet. We have to do a very good amount of changes to make it perfect. So the first thing that we have to do is to just channelize the twist. Since you can see that we have a little twist in this figure, the figure is not perfectly straight like this, it is just having some twist. So in the next lecture we are going to discuss about how we can just manage this twist. So that's all for this lecture, and I'm going to catch up you in the next one with all the basics.